What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. As you can tell, my webcam's working. I'm not recording this video on my phone because my keyboard's working. For the past 5 videos, I've been recording my videos on my phone and then uploading them not with my phone. I've been uploading them on my computer, but I've been recording them on my phone. And the reason why is because my keyboard has been broken, and I plug my webcam into the USB port on the side of my keyboard. And when I'm not using my webcam, I just don't have my webcam plugged in, just for, security reasons, like OPSEC. Doesn't matter. I'm just paranoid. And so, because my keyboard broke temporarily, I had to just record my videos on my phone instead of on my webcam because I couldn't plug my webcam into my keyboard. And my webcam wire just barely fits in my keyboard, so I'd have to move my webcam over, and I have it in a good position, and it's a whole thing. I'm just hanging out today. Woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, and I walked on the treadmill for, that's my parents talking in the background. I walked on the treadmill for 4 miles, and I burned a pretty good amount of calories. And then, what else? Then I did some schoolwork. I turned off my phone, and I did 4 modules of schoolwork. I was supposed to do 19 modules of schoolwork, but I did 4, and it's because I got distracted. It's definitely going to bite me in the back later, but what I got distracted with was this. Can I show this? One sec. Yeah, okay, I can show this. So for the past 5 years, I've had my computer take a screenshot of all of my monitors every 5 minutes. And the whole reason why is so then I can look at what I was doing in the past at any given point. And it's on my own NAS server, it's encrypted, we're good, and it's just for me to look back at. And at some point I might create some sort of locally hosted web UI to type in the date, and then I can see what I'm looking at instead of going through the file system. One moment. So this is what the script used to look like. So basically, let me increase the size here. So basically, it would create a thing called date, and then it would just create a screenshot, and then it would see if it was under 80 kilobytes, which means it is locked. So I have a locking script, it's just slock. I run slock, and all my monitors go black, and when they're all black, the screenshots that it takes are under 80 kilobytes, and I don't want just locked screenshots. So I did this stupid hack where it's hey, if it's under 80 kilobytes, just move it into a separate folder and don't move it. And then it just syncs it to my NAS server, so it just moves it over, and then it removes the file. And this is very simple, but this is the new version. And it's a lot more comprehensive, and it accounts for a few more edge cases. And also the way it would work in the past. So on my NAS server, there's actually year, month, and day folders. So there's a year, and then inside of the year folder is a bunch of month folders, and inside of the month folders are a bunch of day folders. And that's just the way it's worked, right? And so I move it to my NAS server like this, and then on my NAS server, I have to run this script called main move, and it basically just sorts everything into its proper directories. And that's great and all, but I haven't wanted to really figure out how to automatically run scripts on my NAS server, and I was trying to figure it out, but it was difficult for some reason. Maybe it's easier now. There's a few more updates worth of TrueNAS Scale updates out now, but at the time I was just oh my god, I have to manually run this script, and it's fine because it just builds up. And so sometimes I just have a couple months worth of screenshots. I just run one script, and they all sort in a minute, not a minute, 30 seconds even, and that was fine, but I got bored of schoolwork, so I made this better version of my script, and now I don't even have to run that thing on my NAS server anymore. And basically the way it works is it gets the date, but also I just have better practices here. I just define repeated variables and stuff now, repeated strings. So instead of seeing if the size of the screenshot is under 80 kilobytes, it just sees if slock is running, and then it just exits if slock is running. And then so what it does is it creates the screenshot like normal, but it runs oxypng on the screenshot. Something I didn't realize, and that's kind of biting me in the back now. This is why my CPU usage is relatively high for not having too much stuff open. Yeah, this is higher than it should be right now. And the reason why is because in the background I'm compressing. I'll actually show you guys one sec. Yeah, so the reason why is because I'm running oxy.png on all of these PNG files. I'm really just compressing them, and it's like lossless compression, which is pretty cool. And they're all each getting like 10% smaller. But I'm just doing this to all of my like automatic screenshots, and I didn't realize I could have done this. Like it just sucks. Like you know, how was I supposed to know? Like now I know for the rest of my life, which is really cool. But I didn't know, like, I thought PNGs were just the size PNGs were. I didn't know they could get any smaller, and I didn't know you could do lossless compression on them. Technically, this alpha command is technically lossy, but it's not. It's it's functionally lossless, and not functionally lossless like how 95% AVIF compression is functionally lossless, but functionally lossless as in you do, the pixels are the same. It's just it technically removes data from the file, and that's the difference, or whatever. I don't know exactly. All I know is I zoom in and I don't see any compression. Any compression artifacts, that is. So yeah, I'm going through all of my stuff and I'm running this, and it's a big long thing and it's taking a long time. But now, this is kind of bothering me. I was thinking to myself, like, man, am I gonna have to like do this regularly? But I was able to just set it up to where it just automatically compresses it, and it takes like 2 seconds. So it takes a screenshot, it automatically compresses it, and then it just sorts it on my computer. So it creates a year, month, and day folder on my computer, and then it just moves that year, month, and day folder just to my Now server. I bet there's probably, I think there might be a couple flags that I don't need here. Frankly, in the creation of this rsync command, I did use AI. I was like, hey, how can I make it so then, oh god, and this too. This was this was a ChatGPT amalgamation of sorts. I don't, I don't know. I knew that like you could. So originally, and this was pre-ChatGPT, I had it set up so that it was like, and then I did I did like something like this, and then like you could, it became relative like through that. But I was like, hey, can you make it so then it like does this, like this very specific thing I want? And it was like, oh yeah, just have this loop. And I was like, okay. Well, I had the idea for the loop, but I couldn't figure out, like it kept, like inside of the allotted screenshots folder, it kept putting a folder called home, and inside of that folder called LCD, and then pics, and then allotted screenshots, and then year, month, day, and then the screenshot. When it should really just go into the year, month, day folders that's already there. Like, it shouldn't go into a folder called home in allotted screenshots. So I don't know. I kind of just worked this little area out. And the reason why I'm doing this instead of just like looking at whatever the latest file is because of this right here. Basically, it pings my Now server and it says, hey, like once it's done with everything, that's local, right before it pings to right before it sends to my Now server, it checks if it's even accessible, and if it's not, it's like, hey, I'm quitting. I'm sending you a notification, like just you can't access your Now server right now. And that's it's not gonna, because in the past the way this would work, right? Would be like if my Now server was just inaccessible, it would just delete the screenshot anyway. So it made it so then if my Now server was down, and I wouldn't know, right? A lot of the time, because sometimes I don't have like Pi-hole set up, right? Like if my Now server was down, it would just like it would just delete my screenshots, right? Because it would try to send it would fail, and then it would just delete them because that was the next step in the thing. And so I was like, okay, I'll do it like so. Then if my Now server is down, then it won't send the screenshots. But the problem is that once it does that, if I only have it send the latest screenshot, then there's like a backlog of screenshots from when my Now server wasn't accessible, and it can't like send it to the Now server. So the thing that it does now is it finds all of the PNG files in this folder, and then it sends them to my Now server in its proper year, month, and day folders, and then it deletes those files. And if anything goes wrong, like if the rsync fails, it just exits. And that's, I'm pretty happy with that. And it's like not, I'm not going to lose any more data. Something I am doing right now, come on, really? What's happening? Okay. Something I am doing right now is I'm on my Now server, I'm making a copy of the current screenshot, like of the automatic screenshots. I don't know why these are called allotted. I named it that when I started doing it in late 2020. If anything, it should be called auto SC. Like that would be way simpler. I don't know why it's called allotted screenshots. That's strange. But I don't know. That's something I thought of when I was, 16? Yeah, December. So I was 16. Thanks, 16-year-old Leo, for calling it allotted. What are you talking about, you freak? but anyway, so the thing is that yeah, so ever since I've gotten stuff set up with like AWS and stuff, like, and I figured out how to do like cloud backups, particularly with my Minecraft server, I'm planning on like setting up automatic like cloud backups of these screenshots, because right now, I love my NAS server and it's got like, VDEVs and stuff, but if more than one hard drive fails, I should have done if more than 2 hard drives fails, but I was being an idiot when I was 16. I may have been 17 at the time, but I have 1 VDEV on my NAS server because I was like, oh, I want more storage, like an idiot. But what it results in, if more than 1 hard drive fails in my NAS server, all the data's gone, and that's kind of scary, right? And so I want to be able to set up cloud backups until at least my next NAS server is set up. And it'll also be good if there's like some sort of disaster that happens or something. Like if something goes terribly wrong, like a fire or something, I'll still have these screenshots, which frankly, it used to be my YouTube video archive that used to be the most important to me. And frankly, I still, it's cool that I have it. It hasn't been updated in a couple years. I have lots of like deleted videos on there now. Like I have all the Funasanis. I have like Wilbursoot's like one Minecraft HD channel from when he was like 14. I have that. I also have like a whole bunch of others. Like I think I have some deleted like Dream videos. I don't really know, but I have some deleted Leafy videos. I have lots of like, in the past, my archival tendencies came from me wanting to do, God, you can see that terrible skipping because I'm doing this through an SSH tunnel. So in the past, like my sort of data hoarder, sort of archivist tendencies, I used to tend toward my Minecraft server backups. But now, ever since these automatic screenshots like has gotten so much, like I have 200 gigabytes worth of screenshots. This has sort of become my most important sort of thing I'm doing, which, I don't think is bad. It's a little selfish. I don't really care. Okay, I'm going to move this off of my, yeah. Another thing I want to show, which I was talking about maybe yesterday or a couple days ago, is this new screenshot script I have. So basically, the philosophy around these automatic screenshots was applied from what I did with my normal screenshots yesterday, or maybe the day before. The day before yesterday, where basically, I know that there's probably a better way to do this. I have 3 scripts for 3 different keyboard shortcuts. Basically, the way it works is I just press print screen if I want like a flame shot, like I can select what I want to screenshot, like it's a snipping tool. But I could do shift print screen, and then it does a screenshot of all 3 of my monitors. Or I could do control print screen, and it does a screenshot of my active monitor, which I'm okay with. And frankly, I could have done like I bet I could have done like some sort of script or something where I could detect like what my most recent keyboard shortcut is, and then I could just have one script and it's like 3 things that depend on one thing. But I was being kind of lazy, so so I just have screenshot GUI and screenshot screen and screenshot full. And screenshot GUI basically just calls for flame shot, but it's nice because well, basically these are actually kind of normal. Here it uses main instead of flame shot because you can do all of your screens with flame shot, but it doesn't merge your mouse into it, which I really dislike, and I think I actually might not here either. I don't know if there's a flag for that or what. But anyway, the star of the show. So basically, just these scripts that I'm showing you guys basically just put all of the stuff into here, picks SC for screenshots and the latest. But the star of the show really is move. Is move.sh, and this is like the cool part. So basically this runs every time I turn on my computer. I should have something like this at the top. I kind of like having a thing that checks if I have all the commands necessary, because it's better that than just randomly failing. But anyway, so the thing that it does is it makes like the thing it does is that it compresses all of the screenshots I took yesterday, and then it sends them to my NAS server. No, it doesn't send them to my NAS server. It just automatically sorts them. And it's cool because it like also gives me like actually I could just do it right now. I could just run it actually. I could just show you guys. So here's what it does. So basically it just compresses all of the screenshots I've taken today, You know, in application, it just compresses all the screenshots I took yesterday. But then it's cool because you could see it up here, but you can also see it down here because this is going to disappear. Yeah. It basically says, hey, these screenshots used to be 1.3 kilobytes, but now they're 992 bytes, which is a difference of 284 bytes, or a difference of 22%. Like your screenshots are 22% smaller because you did some compression, which is really cool. And of course, I did save 284 bytes, but for real, like I have 200 gigabytes worth of PNG files. You know, that adds up, right? It's just cool. I'm just pretty proud of this. It's, you know, it's the first script I've made in a little bit. It's you know, it's kind of simple, right? You know, I won't deny, but I did this part with AI. Though frankly, you know, I just copied, I copied this part from my thumbnail script. So frankly, I could have just copied this from my thumbnail script, but I wasn't thinking of it at the time. It just sucks because I don't really understand this syntax. Like this is, I think, some rather advanced syntax. It's either advanced or like it's bad because it's unreadable to me. But maybe that's a skill issue on my part. Like maybe the AI made some good stuff here. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I could vaguely understand how it works, like YMD, and then it puts it into like Python has something like this, where you have like three like variables, and then you put the placeholders in the string, and then it replaces the variables with. It replaces the placeholders with the variables or something, but I don't know exactly how this in particular works. Like this is kind of strange, but you know, yeah. So, but everything else was me. You know, you could tell this is by AI because it has comments with like punctuation. You know, only AI would do that. But. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just pretty happy with stuff. I've been doing, you know, frankly, I could probably do compression on my LeoThePeo thumbnail script. I hadn't thought of that. Can I implement that right now? Hold on, one sec. I think I can. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this, right? And then I'm gonna put it here. Yeah. Yeah, this makes sense. Yes, and then I could put it here, right? Wait, no, because this strips metadata. Hold on, wait. I actually don't know why I was gonna pause. Man, OXI PNG. Strip. It's probably right here. Oh, yeah. Safe all list. Okay, just don't keep strip in there. Yeah, just don't have strip. It doesn't matter for my automatic screenshots because they don't have any metadata. Like I checked, strip is unnecessary. Yeah, okay, this is proper. Alpha, yeah. Oh, max, that's correct. Okay. Okay. Boom. Yes. Okay, and then add oxy PNG to this. OXI PNG. Okay. Well, that's it. Okay. So for breakfast, I had a taco salad. I also had some chips throughout the day. And then for dinner, I had a Mexican pizza, which is just some cheese and stuff. So it's normal pizza. So, you know, so it's Italian pizza or American pizza. But, you know, Mexican pizza is like some pizza with cheese. You know, and I will not elaborate. Bye.